Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dazzling Dave, and this is your match preview for our team, Wolverhampton Wanderers, hosting an informal Leicester City side at Molineux in the Premier League. So let's get stuck into everything. Team news, my predicted lineup. We've had Nuno's press conference today as well. My dad's back with another friend. Say no more, you'll wait and see. And I've got my score prediction at the end, and we've also got obviously some stats and facts. First off, as I say, Nuno's had his press conference today. He's talked a little bit about William Jose and how the impact he's having on the team and they're working with him. But also, it needs to be mentioned that he was very coy on saying about some potential injuries that Wolves have got. They've got to assess players. They need another day to assess, so that'll be during the day on Saturday. So that is a little bit concerned. We're not quite sure who's out injured. We know who's out long-term injured, but what and who have got knocks since the game against Arsenal. Saying that, I'm going to put my predicted lineup out, so it could obviously change. I wouldn't be surprised if Nuno went back to a back three against Leicester. He might switch to a back four, but I'm going to go with the back three for this one. Patricio in goal, Bolly, Cody and Kilman. I thought Kilman was very uncomfortable at left back, got exposed a lot. Much better in a back three. Semedo, he'll start, and we could see Hoover starting again, and depending, he might have Saiss in there because if Saiss is fit. In terms of knocks, maybe Moutinho's not fully fit, I don't know. So I'm going to go for Dendoncker and Neves in the middle. Up front, up top, William Jose, of course. And I think it will probably be Neto, as long as he's fit, and Daniel Pedence with Traore on the bench. But obviously, that could switch. We don't know who's injured or who's not, or who's going to be available. Let's hope he does have a full selection. And I wouldn't be averse to seeing young Artasoe come in, and I thought Vitina did well when he came on as well. So we do have options there. Looking at some head-to-head stats, Leicester against Wolves, they've only lost one of their last 7 meetings against Wolves. However, they've only won 2 out of the last 19 meetings at Molineux. Wolves, on the other hand, has failed to score in 5 of their last 7 Premier League meetings with Leicester. However, the other 2 they did win 4-3. Who can ever forget that famous game at Molineux when Wolves were 3-0 down at half time and ended up winning 4-3. So obviously the victory over Arsenal, how we needed that, even though we did get a bit lucky, but we needed the points. Was their first win in 8 Premier League games. In fact, we've lost 4 home games this season already, which equals as many as we lost in the whole of last season. And Wolves have actually conceded first in 15 Premier League games this season. Only worst, not bettered, would I say, by Sheffield United and West Bromwich Albion. Both are bottom but one of the Premier League at the moment. And Ruben Neves, having failed to score in 54 shots in 2020, has scored 3 times out of his last 13 shots in 2021. Leicester are on a great run of form, having only lost 1 of their last 9 games in the Premier League, winning 5 of those, and they've actually claimed a massive total of 26 points from 11 away games. This is only bettered by Manchester United. They're really, really strong on the road, Leicester, so it's going to be a real tough test for Wolves. And they've only failed to score in 1 of their 11 away games this season. And Danger Man Maddison has been involved in 12 goals in his last 12 appearances, and we're hearing today as well that Jamie Vardy is also in contention to start or feature in the game ahead of the match with Wolves. So before I get to my score prediction, which I want you to leave your score prediction and goal scorers, my dad is back and he's got a few words to say and a little ditty to sing you as well. So without any further ado, over to my dad, Magic Moss. Hey Dad, how are you? How's Mom?
It's fine, David. It's all right now. It ain't been too good, but it's okay now.
That's good, Dad. That's good. And obviously, we want to talk to you about the Leicester game. But before we get on to that, you've got another furry friend. Who's this guy that you've got with you today?
Oh, Derek.
Derek.
He's been
hiding.
Because I've won.
Oh, right. So he's a fair weather Wolves fan. Then only comes out when they're winning.
Oh yeah. He's been a bit disappointed. He's been down the vets twice.
So, Dad, before we get on to talking about Leicester, how much of a relief was it beating Arsenal?
Absolutely magic, wasn't they? Molineux, what's his name?
Moutinho.
That goal was magic.
It was
absolutely brilliant.
It was a great goal. I wouldn't go as far as to say we were magic, Dad, because we were very. I'd say we were very lucky.
We was lucky at part, but they had the chances, don't they?
Well, yeah, I suppose when we won the game,
we've got to stop putting them away.
We need to kill games off, that's for sure. But we did win, and that was all that was matters really. So, Dad, we're up against Leicester next. Obviously, Leicester are having another great season. They do tend to be a little bit of a bogey side, Leicester. But what are you...
Is that match we won them 4-3? Is that the one you went to? When did I go?
That was... Well, there was 2 games where we beat them 4-3. But I know the one you're thinking about. You're thinking about the one we were 3-0 down at half-time. You was on holiday, and you were on holiday.
I was on holiday, yeah.
And we won 4-3.
That's it, yeah. I remember you telling me about it. You couldn't believe it, could you?
I know, you always miss the dramatic games.
I'm going to beat them 3-0 today.
Crikey.
Sunday.
Dad, that is a very, very bold statement. 3-0 to Wolves.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I hope you're right. So who's scoring the goals, Dad?
Well, we'll have Neves.
Neves, yeah.
He knows where the goals are now, I think.
Okay.
And Petro Neto, eh?
Well done, yeah.
Is it Bonanza? I'll have him go on, I'll have Bonanza.
Well, we all know who Bonanza means, but you mean Pedence.
Bonanza, yeah.
Pedence. So, right, Dad, before we go, I mean, is your mate feeling the same, and have you got a song for everyone today?
A song? Magic moments. Da, 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 da. We'll have some magic moments.
I hope you...
on Sunday.
Some magic moments from Magic Moss and your new friend on your shoulder, Derek.
Yeah. Derek. You all right, Derek? Yeah, he's okay.
Dad, you're class, man. I love you to bits. Everyone loves you, Dad. And just keep yourself safe, you and Mom, and I'll see you hopefully real soon. Love you lots.
Love you, sunshine. Look after yourself, David. Love you.
All right, love you too, Dad. Thanks ever so much to my dad. I know you love having him here, and it's good to have him back on this one. In terms of the score prediction for myself on this particular one, I'm going to remain positive. I did have a good positive feeling. In fact, I actually got it right. I predicted 2-1 to Wolves, and it was bang on, spot on, right. And that's actually got me to second in my pitch football league. And if you do want to get involved in that, drop me a message, and I'll send you the... I'll reply to you in the comments below with the code that you need to join my league on pitch football. I'm going to go with a Wolves 2. Leicester City 0, and might sound mad because we don't know how many's going to be out, but like, hopefully Wolves can pitch it on. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. Leicester are due to not score away from home. I'd say they've only not scored away from home on one occasion, and Wolves hopefully can finally beat Leicester. I say the last 3 games there's only been 1 goal scored, and I think that was Jamie Vardy, and they have had a little bit of the sign over us, haven't they, Leicester, since we got promoted. A few games we've played really well. Remember the first match of the Premier League when we come up, and last season, and just can't seem to beat them. But hopefully on this occasion we can. Maybe we'll score and it'll be another 4-3. As long as we come out on top, I'm happy. But I'm going to go with 2-0 to Wolves. Leave your score prediction below, and please don't forget to join me on the watch along from 1:45 to 2 here on the channel, and then it will be 7 o'clock for extra time with me and Amy. Give you a chance to watch the match, have your tea, and then come on. And if you want to get involved with that, again, message the Always Wolves Facebook page or message me on Instagram or on Twitter, and we'll get you involved. Until the next one, fingers crossed for another good performance and hopefully a win. I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.